This is now an Amiga 2000 that works. I finished it. It didn't start first go. Despite my very best efforts, and despite working my way around the board, I missed a solder joint. And I missed a solder joint in the worst possible spot. It was over here in that RAM chip, and I think that's the first bank. And so even when I swapped them all around and cut back with the jumpers to 512K of chip RAM, the computer wouldn't start. It had a yellow screen. The conventional wisdom about yellow screens is that CPU fails to start, but the CPU is running Diagrom, which is what I was running in there. John Hertel's fantastic diagnostic aid. And the problem was an address line problem. It got it right. And the address line wasn't broken between the CPU and Agnes. It was broken between Agnes and the RAM because it wasn't soldered in. The fault was slightly intermittent. Very occasionally the problem would shift around a little bit in terms of its location on the bus. Well, in terms of the region in which the errors occurred. And that was probably because occasionally the pin would be touching on the side of the hole. But having used turned pin sockets for the RAM, they had a beautiful clearance all the way around, or it had a beautiful clearance all the way around. It was very much a Where's Wally exercise, and I can show it there, camouflage next to those couple of vias, and it caused me days of troubleshooting. And that's partly because I'm an amateur, and partly because it was just so hard to see. I only found it by turning the board upside down and poking at every contact in this area, because I knew it was in here somewhere if I'd missed a spot, poking at every single contact with a cotton bud. And I'd already poked at it and was starting to say yes, it's fine, before I could actually see that it wasn't. It was some of the most exacting proofreading work I've ever done. But anyway, it works now. It works great. It starts in all of the ways that it should. It's very exciting. I need to get it into a box. This is not the end of these videos. And once it's in a box, I need to start installing some hardware. And I think I will ultimately do some videos around the configuration of the software as well. I might as well. I'm having fun. So yes, it works. The lesson for me is that this board is too big. You know, well, not, yeah. Very much though a Where's Wally moment, and it turns out that the Wally was hanging on to the cool end of the soldering iron at some point. Although some vintage computer colleagues have been extremely sympathetic in terms of how easy it is to make a blunder like that on a board like this. So I'm trying not to be too hard on myself. But she's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Alright. So next time you see this, I don't know exactly when it'll be, but there'll be some more videos as I go about the process of getting this thing started up. But for anyone who wants to build one of these, yeah, just keep on checking. I'm almost loath to put it in the case because I'm worried I've missed something else. I've just been over it again. I can't see anything, but I didn't see this either. The computer does work though, and all the ports work. So it's probably all right, right? Anyway, we made it. Super exciting stuff.